how are you feeling today?
I am feeling very wonderful to see you.
Thank you, ma'am. It's an honor. So, welcome to Chit Chat Chandas. So, ma'am, at first, I would like to welcome you as a poet. So, ma'am, can you tell us something about your book, These Unfinished Poetries?
See, this unfinished poetry is something, though I have kept the name unfinished poetry, but then again, it completed me, I believe.
Okay.
So here are all my raw emotions from my rebel self to my sad and the time when I was very much in love with somebody, then the time when I was falling out of love with somebody from somebody I believe,
Okay.
and then the ups and downs of life, getting inspired by just simple uh, flower bloom on your balcony, and that's that.
Okay, ma'am. Then, after completing this, have you read this like in one go? Ma'am, would you like to?
Uh, I want people to read it in one go.
Okay, ma'am.
Please, you do read it.
Yeah, ma'am. Sure. I have. I'm half read. So, ma'am, there is one poem that I like about in this book. So, it's just words. So, ma'am, can you tell us something about this poem?
See, sometimes this is about this. I believe I wrote it when I was sometimes it happens that we are very angry, very frustrated upon something or with someone, but then again, we cannot express it completely because we know that if we say that, how much of destruction it is going to bring.
Yes.
So I just put it on my papers.
Okay, ma'am. So, has it ever occurred? You said something, but then you regretted saying that.
It did. It did. But then again, that's how you learn, right? That is
Yes.
what life is all about. If you do not have regrets, then what stories will you tell? No?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, can you share your journey of becoming a chartered accountant and what inspired you to pursue this field? And now that you are a vice principal, so what inspired
See,
you?
to be very, very honest, while growing up at that time, when I was in school, till the time I was in school, I didn't know this profession exists because we were not exposed to so much of things. Then I was in college one day, but then again, I always wanted to be somebody who is known for her education. Like I wanted somebody people. There are people who wanted to be rich, but I wanted to be rich in education. My mother always used to say that वो इंसान अमीर नहीं होता है जिसके पास बहुत पैसा होता है, वो इंसान अमीर होता है जिसके पास बहुत नॉलेज होता है. तो that did stuck in my head. So I always wanted to be somebody जिससे लोग बात करने से डरे कि because नहीं उनसे हम कुछ भी I cannot bullshit her because she knows what it is. So then while growing up, but then again we were not from very sound financially background. My parents were from very humble middle class family, so they did their best whatever they could. So, but I always had a fear: ki, will I just be a mere graduate? Will I just be this mere simple person, not have any qualification, proper qualification? Then when I was in college, but then again I realized ki, if you really want something in life, na, you get it like it was said in Alchemist.
Yes.
You do get it, okay. And then this during my college time, few of my friends were doing this scene, and then he said me, "Okay, Vix." My friends used to call me Vix. Okay, he said, "Vix, you do this because this is the cheapest course. Okay, though this is the toughest one, but this is cheapest one, and this is the cheapest one, and we are doing this. So and it has got a lot of money. Means once you finish your CA, so people will become, will not have to think anything, and we don't. And of course, and at that time, though, we have that full overconfidence upon ourselves. Yes, we can do anything. So I did it.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, after completing it, when you changed your path to becoming a vice principal, why suddenly? Sometimes when we become something, then we are very much resistant to changing that path. Like we think that, oh my God, this is going to take a lot of work again. So, what was your insight back then?
See, when it took me a lot of time to become like CA to complete my finals. Okay, so generally people complete it in 4.5 years. It took me 8 years. Okay, so I completed my CA final on 10th attempt. So till 5 years in our time, during our time, final exams you can appear twice a year. So I appeared the same exam for 5 years straight.
Okay.
Okay, so twice, 10th time. So on 10th time, so what happens is during that time you feel so low of confidence, then like you feel like you're good for the thing because you feel like that particular situation. How I can explain is like you're running on a treadmill, you're running fast, but reaching nowhere.
Yes.
So it happened like that, and then like during that last stages now, so like your family is losing hope on you, your society is mocking at you, your neighbors are like making fun of you, all your friends are settled, they are settled either family wise or career wise, and then you feel like, then I felt that anything, any job can do. Then one of my uncles said, "Okay, there's a opening in this school if you want to do." And by that time I haven't cleared my PCs, so I joined there, and then eventually, and then like when I joined the school now, I used to feel कि school life, I'm seeing that all the people are going back at 3 o'clock, कि 3 साढ़े 3 बजे घर चले जा रहे हैं. मुझे ना तब बहुत डर लगता था कि कहीं मुझे जंग ना लग जाए. I fear that, that's why. And then I used to sit there and work till 6 o'clock, and because I wanted to keep myself engaged. So at that time, and then like I learned a lot of work over the period of years. So after that I cleared my. I wasn't working in school itself, so I cleared my CA then, and then my boss, the present owner of the school, he said, "Okay, you continue with the school." So I continued that, and then when I started teaching, I fell in love with this profession. I fell in love with these kids. They come up with all new ideas. And you should listen. Sometimes you should go to classroom and you should listen, because young people now, they are having so much of new ideas, new innovation. You get new jokes.
Yes.
In their badmashi also, you will find that all new techniques they are coming up with.
Yes.
So that's how.
So, what inspired you to write and publish your poetry collection? Like, we know that whenever we feel low, we go and write. But what struck you that you finally published this? Like, when a poet is wanting to get his or her works published, then they are like, oh, like everybody's going to know about me. Then that's a bit of a thing that restrict most of the people from publishing their works. So what struck you that I should get it published?
When I always wanted to write. Okay, I never wanted to be, when I was a kid. I didn't wanted to be anybody professional. I wanted to be artist. Okay, artistic thing. Okay, I wanted to paint, but then again I couldn't pursue because of my like we didn't have much exposure at that. Back then we used to stay far.
Yes.
No, we didn't have that exposure. So like then I used to write. Okay, like I said, okay, that poetry says that okay, I swallow that words, because we know we cannot say it aloud. We are not allowed to show the unfiltered version of us. We are not allowed. But then again, जो महसूस होता है वो तो होता है ना.
Yes.
So I used to write, and I used to write since long time. But then again, I knew whatever I'm writing is not good enough. But I wanted to write, and one thing is that writing has saved me. So we all go through that phase of our life where where that ups and down वाला phase होता है ना, जब we are at our lowest.
Yes.
And we feel that nobody is understanding us, there is no one for us, and you cannot express how you feel at that point of time. So at that time, that writing was there, and sometimes Koshali, sometimes I feel guilty, because I feel like हम लोग जो artist लोग होते हैं ना, writers, painters, musicians, मुझे ना लगता है कि हम जैसे लोग ना बहुत खराब होते हैं. पता है क्यों? क्योंकि नॉर्मल लोगों को जो चीज़ महसूस होता है वो महसूस होता है. ठीक है, suppose normal people, they are angry, they are angry, they are happy, they are happy, they are in love, they are in love. What we do, we pen it down. Okay, we make it art and get appreciated.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
And get appreciated. So हम अपने raw emotions को लेके we are very, I feel like we are a very narcissist kind of person. I don't know, with all, like I hope none of the artists get offended with this, but I feel this about myself. I don't know how others feel. So So then again, there I showed my work to. I used to say to my make my friends, my colleagues listen my poems and all. And they say that you should write. And in this journey, two people I would want to name them today. One is my student, okay, Shraddha Saki. Okay, she's like daughter to me. She's always been with me in that life. And another one sir is there, Ikrat sir. Okay, these were the two people who were constantly with me in my this journey. So, and then one more person was there, okay, who used to send me books. He used to have this collection of books. Okay, he used to during the time of it was during the time of lockdown. Okay,
Yes.
there were during time of lockdown, lot of small businesses came up. Na?
Yes, ma'am.
Lot of small business work from home they were doing, and that time this fellow was there. I came across this fellow, and he used to sell books online. So he sent me a lot of books. Okay, so I read those books because I knew that my work is not good enough, like I said earlier. So to write good, I need to read good. So I came across during that time a lot of books. So these there and also many more people were there, but these were few people who have been that constantly with me, who motivated me, and who worked along with me, like proofreading and then designing, and then proofreading again.
Okay. So, ma'am, I have a rapid fire round for you. So, my first question is favorite book or author?
Paulo Coelho. Paulo Coelho is my favorite author, but then again, one of my favorite book is this Thousand Splendid Sun,
Okay, nice. Khalid Hosseini.
Khalid Hosseini.
And favorite travel destination?
I want to visit Turkey.
Okay. Favorite hobby or activity outside of work?
Painting,
Favorite type of music or artist?
ghazal, and lately I am into this Abida Parveen,
One thing you can't live without in your daily life.
books and my diary.
Okay. So, most influential teacher or mentor in your life?
Oh, MKG. Can I say
Yeah, yeah,
something about it? You know, this sir taught me what actually teaching is. Whatever he used to teach in the classroom, okay, I don't used to understand because he was একটু পাগল টাইপ ছিল তা আসতো এইভাবে স্যার আসতেন হ্যাঁ ওই এটা কর রে he used to say. And initially when I because we were not accustomed to that, okay, I met him in college. We were not accustomed to that, and then he was like, hey, always like I used to feel him initially when I met him. I used to feel like the gunda type sir hai. I used to feel like that, huh? Because but then again I saw that he is very favorite among students. Huh? I don't know. Then I started taking tuitions from him. Okay, one day what happened? Okay, I was very upset with certain things, and in my batch, there were all boys because I took commerce. In commerce, girls are very less. In my group also, all the boys were there. One day I was very upset. I was crying. Okay, sir saw me. I was upset, and what he did was that day he didn't take class. Everybody was there. He made all the boys go out of the room. এখন বল কি হয়েছে তোর? Okay, that one thing. Then I realized small deeds of kindness. That day I understood that somebody is there for me to listen. Okay, and then वो छोटी-छोटी चीज जो सर ने मुझे जिंदगी में सिखाया है ना. So I try to do that with my students. Always standing beside without even letting the student understand. Standing beside that person. Okay, and always helping it out and helping not just in teaching. आपको पढ़ा तो कोई भी देगा, लेकिन आप जिंदगी में उस इंसान को क्या सिखाते हो? हर वो बच्चा मुझे याद नहीं है, आपको भी शायद याद नहीं होगी. You also not remember which teacher was there जिसका आपका पढ़ाई सबसे ज्यादा मतलब याद है. तो वो टीचर आपको याद रहेगा जिस टीचर ने आपको जिंदगी में कुछ सिखाया है. So I remember him, how he selflessly helped students to grow.
Okay, ma'am. So, best advice you have ever received?
These days I'm in such a stage that I give advice to people. But then again, yes, when I was in class 5, this was very, though everybody have heard this, sabne suna hai ye wala, when you shoot for moon, you land to stars. But me as a student of class 5, it was very new to me at that time. Then ma'am made me understood. She asked me, I don't even remember the name of that teacher, but she was a Hindi teacher and we had very less students at that time. She said me, she asked me, what's your hobby? And she didn't even work for lot of days. 2-3 दिन मैम आई, उसके बाद फिर मैडम चली गई. तो उस टाइम पे ना मैम ने हमसे पूछा था कि what is your hobby? I said I don't know. What do you want to become? I said I don't know. Okay, and then she said me that bacha you should always dream big. When you you shoot for moon, you land. Technically, it is very wrong. Okay, but then again, if you see, she said me when you shoot for moon, you land up to stars. So always dream big, so you can reach nearby. It's a very simple thing.
Did that happen?
Yes, it did. It's happening. I mean, and it's a journey.
Yes. Biggest risk you have ever taken in your career?
I haven't actually.
Okay.
I didn't give up on what I did.
Like, ma'am, do you think that consistency is important or talent?
Hard work, hard work, consistent hard work. And I am not very much fan of talent or luck, but I know because your talent can anytime you can be talented, you cannot be talented. Your luck can your luck can leave you anytime, but your hard work is not going to leave you.
Most rewarding moment in your life so far?
Oh, there were two moments in my life. One is when I cleared my CA. It took me nearly 6 months to realize, yes, I finally cleared my CA. And another was when I published this book.
One thing you wish you had known before starting it?
I don't, might be I used to think before, but right now I don't think anything like that.
So, ma'am, this is a bit funny. If you could switch lives with someone for a day, who would it be and why?
Shah Rukh Khan.
Okay. And
I,
why?
I so much love him. I think so we all love him.
Yes, ma'am. And why is that so?
Because the way the person that he is, okay, and he is rich, very rich, very successful, and everybody loves him. There are very few haters, haters. We might like his acting, we might not like his acting, we might like his movie, we might not like his movie, but we cannot say we dislike Shah Rukh Khan as a person.
Yes, that's true. So, ma'am, what's the craziest thing you have ever done?
I have got lot of stories. One crazy thing was when I was very young, I I acted like I'm a bhoot bharchi.
Okay.
And the entire गांव, I was from village ना, so entire गांव जमा हो गया था.
Oh God.
And few people were holding me from this side, few people were holding me from this side. Okay, and all Maulvis and all they came. Okay, now I know I'm into it. I cannot go out of it. Now what? I'm thinking people are trying to think that people will bhagamo, and I was like, how shall I get into this? Stay in it, because if they get to know that I am doing acting, I'm going to get bashed.
Yes, that's true. Okay, so next question.
I'm sorry.
This is the best one I've ever heard. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Oh, I wish I could be immortal.
Okay.
Ask me why.
Why, ma'am?
There are so many books to read.
Yeah.
So books to read and so many places to visit.
Yes.
So these were the two things I would have done. Visit places.
But immortality also brings a lot of sorrows.
Yes, it does. It does, but you cannot say if that immortality was with switch on thing. कि यही तक कि मतलब wish with your wish. I don't want to be immortal anymore.
Yes.
That could be more superpower. That I don't want to be immortal anymore. मैंने देख लिया सब, कर लिया सब वाला चीज.
Okay.
But I do not know. We humans are very greedy creatures, ना?
Yes, that's true.
जितना
Like Dr. Foster's.
जितना हमें मिलता है हम और ज्यादा चाहते हैं. और भी तो आगे होगा वाला चीज.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what's the best advice any student has ever given to you? Any student, not any teacher or mentor.
I don't remember, but I don't remember actually. Okay, but then again, they have always made me feel very loved. You know, they stood beside me in all my ups and downs, and yes, they made me they always make my life, worth living. I feel like.
If you could have dinner with any fictional character, what would it be?
Oh, this, you have read Gone with the Wind?
No, ma'am, but I have seen the book.
Ray Butler.
Okay.
He is the main hero of that character. There are so many romantic novels I have read, but that one character, I felt that character so heroic and so romantic. So I would like to have dinner with him.
Okay, ma'am. So, as we have reached the last part, I have one more thing to ask you, which is like, what are your views on this generation in general, on lifestyle, on habits, and the impact of social media on the lives of youngsters?
See, one thing I like about this generation is very inclusive. When we were growing up, at that time we were very judged. Okay, suppose if I'm having a boyfriend back then, okay, we could not say it. Okay, because वो लोग हमें ऐसे अच्छा ये लड़की का मतलब that way our generation was like that. Okay, but right now the generation is very inclusive. They are very open to new ideas. Okay, they are like I said, they are very inclusive of everything, all the new ideas. They are not ready, they are not scared to take risk. This generation, but at the same time, this is a very sad generation that is growing up. This is a very sad generation. They are emotionally not available. Okay, emotionally dishonest people. Okay, and I feel like the saddest thing that has happened to this generation is they seek validation for everything. Everything they want to get validated. However, they're not a content generation. And like we were discussing before our this interview started, they are having their attention span is very low.
Yes.
So they don't want to do in-depth वाला thing. मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा मेहनत नहीं करना चाहते वो लोग. They वो सारा shortcut methods follow करते हैं, which is good, but not in all sectors.
Yes.
Shortcuts.
And it's not also for the long run. In
Yes. नहीं देखो maths में आप shortcut कर सकते हो, लेकिन shortcut करने के लिए भी बच्चा आपको long cut तो मतलब उसका बेसिक तो पता होना चाहिए ना, उसका कंसेप्ट तो क्लियर होना पड़ेगा, तब आप जाके शॉर्टकट करोगे तो वो स्टे करने वाला है. People generally say that people जो हार्ड वर्किंग लोग आजकल सोचते हैं कि these are old thing, this is not a smart work people think. But then hard work is something else and smart work is something else that should not be mistaken with shortcuts. So yes, that is what.
So, ma'am, what is this one suggestion that you would like to suggest this generation?
Have good people in your life, honest people in your life. That is the only thing. Be honest and have honest people in your life.
And one book.
One book. There are so many books actually, na? So people should read Alchemist.
Yes, so thank you for this. May you have a great evening ahead.
Thank you so much, Poshali.